Welcome to the Budget Mom YouTube channel. I'm Miko Love from thebudgetmom.com. Ryan's back today and to do a full July budget recap. We're already at August.
I know.
Crazy.
Can you believe it?
I'm going to have a 10-year-old.
Yeah, that's absurd.
That's nuts. So Ryan saw my son after quite a
Yeah,
while
it's
of
been a
not
minute.
seeing him,
Yeah.
and she's like, oh, he got so tall. He's up to my shoulders
He
now.
is.
He's up to my shoulders.
Granted, you're so little too,
I
though.
will have a 10-year-old. So that's pretty exciting. So we're going to be talking about our budget recaps are really where we share our real numbers, goals, and dreams with you. And we go through the process of where did our dollars go in July? But not only that, did our spending align with our financial goals and the kind of the process and the worksheets that we use to find more awareness when it comes to our spending. So important.
Yes.
Tracking your spending is not just about writing things down. It's about understanding what that spending is telling you so you can make more informed decisions going forward. Remember, the goal is to get better with our budgets as we go along. Now, I've been mastering my budget for 8 years, and I still feel like every single time I create a budget, it's better and better and better.
And something's different, always.
Something's always different with your budgets.
Yeah.
So we walk you through that entire process. So here is our July budget recap. All right, so we are looking at my monthly budget category breakdown. Now, this month, in the month of July, I used a lot of savings because one, I spent some money on my son's birthday, which I had a sinking fund for. I also paid for my Disneyland vacation and used used my sinking funds and counted that in my fun and entertainment. So last year I made the decision. I used to have vacation as its own category, but last year I decided to include any vacation spending in my fun and entertainment category. So that's why you're seeing such a huge amount spent there. But you can see I did have it in my budget to spend. Now, if we go back to my budget in July, you can see that I did have sinking funds that I was planning on using. So if it's in green, I was under budget, and if it's in red, I was over budget. I had a total monthly inflow of $12,384. That's $924 was my starting balance. Earned income was $5,100. Other income was $636. And then savings used was $5,724. So you can see my inflow doesn't include just earned income. It's every inflow into my life that I spent. The two areas I was over budget was $35 for Toby. And that's because I got him a tick and flea pill and I forgot to include that when I did my budget. So I used my checking account cushion to cover the difference, which was only $35. So I felt comfortable using my cushion for that.
Yeah.
And then savings, I saved $361 over what I planned to. And you always want to be over for savings and debt.
That's awesome. Heck yeah.
I only spent $415 on food, but I will say that this month and probably some months going forward, Chris is really stepping up and helping me more with food, even though I'd rather have him put that towards his student loans.
Right.
He's still helping me beyond his extra student loan payments to help with food costs.
It helps too. You guys were gone for Disneyland
We
for
were,
a few days too, huh?
yeah.
That probably helped too.
That did help. And why we were.
And your garden.
And my garden. So a lot of our dinner sides have come straight from the garden.
That saves money.
Yes.
Wow.
So we had, I harvested about 20 potatoes, or 20 pounds of potatoes.
And broccoli, I saw.
We did a bunch of broccoli, spinach, lettuce for salads.
Oh, that's so awesome.
I was under in most of my other budget categories, mainly. So this is one that surprised me. $109. Wow. I only spent $191 on gas, but then again, I was gone for the vacation. I wasn't driving my car. So that probably is why that is lower. If we look at my monthly debt and savings breakdown or monthly investment and savings breakdown, I invested 6% of my total inflow. It just went to my brokerage, non-retirement accounts, and my 529. This is normal for me. It is definitely aligns with my goals. I'm throwing more towards my son's college than investing for outside of retirement. Now for my savings, if you take how much I save, I'm only using monthly income. And monthly income includes my starting balance, earned income, other income, but not savings used. So if you take that amount, I save 32% of my income.
Wow.
Now, I saved for sinking funds, $5 challenge, 2022 savings challenges, my wedding, and I'm building back up my emergency fund. So we had to recently use about $1,000 of our emergency fund. It's me just building back up.
Nice, okay.
Yep, so 59% went towards sinking funds, 32% went towards the wedding savings. Definitely aligns with my financial goals.
Yeah.
If we look at my monthly spending comparison from July to June, I had an increase of about $2,600 for my inflow, and that's just because I was using so much savings. Now, if it's in red, I spent more in July than I did in June. If it's in green, I spent less in July than June. Anytime you have an increase or decrease in your inflow, that needs to be reflected in your spending. So you can see where I spent a lot more money in July due to this increase in inflow. Big one being $4,906 in my fun and entertainment because of that Disneyland trip.
Right, right.
Now, holiday, I include birthdays in my holiday category. $647 spent in holiday. That's because I use that. If we go back to my expense trackers, you can see I spent $391 on Chris's birthday, which was in July. And I spent $256 for James's birthday, both of which I had savings already saved in a sinking fund. So that's why you're seeing such an increase in that spending. The rest, so pets, I spent about $320 more in July. That's because I only spent $55 in June because I didn't need to get any of my normal type of pet supplies.
It seems like it hits you all at once. For me, at least, I feel
yes,
like that too.
And this is why Chewy didn't work out for me.
Oh, you were getting too much.
I could not get my subscription to meet my needs when it came to what exactly I needed on hand.
That makes sense.
So I decided to move away from Chewy, even though, yes, I did save a few dollars, but I'm really saving myself more by buying only what I need, rather than having a full stock full in my garage just taking up space. Yeah. So, it hit me again in July. I had to get dog food, cat litter, and $85 more in July than June for my savings, which I always call a win. So that is my full July budget recap.
Okay, so here is my July monthly budget category breakdown. Starting with my starting balance, I came into July with $284.19 in my checking account. Earned income, I did get inflation raise in July, so that's why this is different than past months. Other income is $775. Savings used is $350, and this is for shipping my car, which I'll talk about later. And then that brings my total monthly inflow to $5,881. Everything with the green dot here means I was under budget, and everything with the red means I was over. Let's see. There wasn't really anything too staggering, if I remember. I feel like I did this so long ago, but I did it like 2 days ago. $1,050 was how much it cost for me to ship my car from Washington. For those that don't know, my brother gifted me a car like 2 years ago, his old car. It's a 2012 Mazda 3. I paid $1,000 for it to get shipped from Kansas to Washington, and then Cody and I moved to Kansas, so now we're paying to get it shipped back. So that's what this $1,000.50 is. And then I did use some savings, and then Cody transferred me the remainder as well. August starting balance is $374.03, which means my expenses equaled my total monthly inflow, which is good. That means it's zeroed out. Moving over here to my monthly debt and savings breakdown, I put 14% of my inflow to debt. All of that, 99% of it going to my student loan. And I usually never really use savings used, but now that I did, so this total monthly income is everything besides my savings used, so that's why these two figures are different. But my total monthly inflow was $5,531, and I saved about 11% of that. Sinking funds was $510. I am increasing my savings now because Cody and I are starting, I guess. I wouldn't even call it wedding planning, but we're starting the process of talking about that, and we know that we want to elope somewhere or just have close friends and family there. So I'm just stowing away money. We haven't really talked. That's really all I know. So there's that. Moving over to my monthly spending comparison, I did have an inflow change of about $1,300. Part of this is for my raise, and then the other part is just because I used some other inflow and savings used just for my car getting shipped. So everything here with the red dot just means that I spent more in July than I did in June, and everything in green means that I spent less in July. All of these are pretty close, honestly. I spent a little bit more in food, a little bit more in personal, just a little bit. Let's see. My utility bills, I didn't spend, I spent $9 less than I did in June, which is surprising to me because it's hotter. But, and then you can see here, like I said, I'm increasing my savings just for this wedding until we kind of figure out more what we want to do. I just want to put something away for it. So I saved $271 more than I did in June. And then Ryen, some expenses popped up for her in July, which is totally fine. My budget is about $200 for her a month. In June, you can see I only spent $74, and I was about $100 more in July. Not a big deal. But yeah, there is my July monthly budget recap.
All right, so for the month of August, let's talk about what's happening in August. We always like to give a little insight into what's going to be happening in our lives.
These next few months for you are just going to be insane.
Okay, after, I would say about halfway through August, my life is craziness.
Yep.
So I don't know if you know, but I am getting married. Woohoo! Married September 10th, which is coming up really fast. And between August and September, we have the bachelorette party, we have the bridal shower, we're finalizing wedding plans. Mm-hmm. We're having it here at the house. So
you also have James's birthday party.
I
have
James's birthday happening in August, which this is
Man.
the first year that we're inviting school friends.
That's right.
So I'm also dealing with a bunch of kiddos, right? And that's a first time experience for me. So we have the bridal shower in August as well. Chris and I are finalizing some wedding plans. Like I know I can speak for myself. I need to get going on finalizing my vows. Christopher and I are writing our own vows. My vows are done, but I always find myself coming back to them.
I bet.
Because here's the way I look at it. Okay, if you don't know, I wrote an international best-selling book, My Money, My Way. I thought that was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Writing a book is very difficult. But with my vows, I feel so much pressure. I think even more so than writing my book because this is a big day. This is a big moment in our lives, and I find myself wanting to stuff everything.
Your vows be like a workbook big.
Right. Like I got it down to 3 paragraphs, which I feel is a very good balance. But it was at 3 pages.
Hey, that's progress.
It's progress, right? And so I don't know if you have written your vows and know what that experience is like, but you want to make sure that the words that are coming out of your mouth are as meaningful and impactful as they are in your mind.
Yeah.
Right? I want to leave a lasting impression on Chris with my vows. Right. I want them to be very special. And I think that when you try to hit that mark of being very special, it puts you a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be working on that as well. I have nothing else besides James' birthday. We do have to get our marriage license in August, which
that's right.
Here in the state of Washington, that's $60. That's going to be coming out of my wedding sinking fund. We've hit our wedding savings goal, which is great. We've saved over $15,000 for our wedding, and we started that just at the beginning of the year because Chris proposed in December on Christmas. So that's crazy. We've really awesome. Worked hard to reach our savings goal so quickly.
Yay!
You know, I got to give a lot of credit to Chris too, because a lot of that money, a big chunk that went above our savings goal, was him selling his trading cards.
That's right. He did sell a lot of cards.
He sold a lot of cards for some big money.
That's awesome. Good.
And he let go of some trading cards that meant a lot to him. That are kind of hard to part with. So I sold things around the house. I sold a lot of clothing online. I made about $800 extra, but that doesn't even amount to what Chris made thousands. Just on one sale of one card, he made $1,800.
Wow.
So that's how we worked through our savings goal. That's really what I have going in August. In September, I might be a little absent. here on YouTube, on social, as I work through my wedding month, finalizing, and then the wedding itself, and then we have a couple smaller trips planned, mainly Seahawks games and Mariners games, and then we are head off to our honeymoon.
That's right. You guys are waiting until later this year, huh?
Yeah, we're waiting until the beginning of October. It's just the only time Chris could get off work.
And it'll be cooler too.
And it'll be cooler, and we're doing Disney World.
Yeah, Cody just got back from Disney World. Actually, he went there with his work.
Oh.
And it was just hot.
Yeah.
Like, that was his biggest thing. He said he loved it, obviously. But
yeah, and I heard too, like going during the colder months, it's less people.
Yeah, I have heard that too.
So we're hoping October that we have a better experience than we did in Disneyland.
Oh, yes. Cody's been to both too, and he said Disney World is like, he only went to Universal Studios because they were only there for one day, and he said even that alone is better than Disneyland.
Oh, okay.
So
that's just what I heard. I heard
fingers crossed for you that you have that same experience.
I heard Disney World is like a completely different experience than Disneyland. And if you didn't catch my Disneyland thoughts on Instagram, go ahead and head over there. If you're a Disneyland fanatic, you're going to hate me.
Maybe don't head over there.
Yeah, you're going to hate me for a little bit, but honest.
It's true, yeah.
And I can only talk from my experience, and it was my first time going.
Yeah, and Cody kind of had some wishy-washy experiences like you did too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like,
yeah.
Come on, people. Let's be kind and respectful.
Overall, you're in the happiest place on earth. Is that what they call Disney?
Yes.
I think that's the quote, right?
But really, no. No. And then the Disney castle, you go, and it's like, oh, that's the castle?
Hopefully you love Disney World. I have high hopes for you, Miko.
I know. Love it. So that's what I have going in August. What do you have going?
Literally, like, not much, honestly. Your life is so crazy compared to mine. I'm just so, like, normal. I'm normal. So Cody's birthday is on the 15th. And then in July, I did ship my car, like I showed you guys. So my car is going to be in Kansas City Tuesday, which is tomorrow.
Whoa!
I know, and it's been sitting in Cody's grandma for since we moved. So we finally bit the bullet and just shipped it up there. So that's...
Ryan got a car.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Okay, so...
That's it, yeah.
Wow, all right. So we will be back next time for our August budget recap. And then I'm gonna be a wifey.
Yeah, right. And then you're gonna be a wifey.
Then I'm gonna be a wifey, and it's so exciting. I'm at that place where I'm like, part of me is like, I just want to get the day over with. I'm done with the planning. I'm done with the stress of it all.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's like I know it's gonna happen very, very quickly.
Yeah.
I know the day is gonna happen very, very quickly. It goes by fast, and so I'm just trying to step back and enjoy every single moment of this process because it is a special process.
Yeah. That's like Cody and I's eloping. We decided that we are not doing all of this. I can't.
And
my mental stress level cannot. So
yeah, I know we've got a lot of messages from community members saying that's what they did.
And I feel like a lot of people that have gone through the wedding process and planning, like if they had another chance, they say, I've heard people say that they would rather elope. So we'll see. Because I feel like it'll just be less,
Yeah.
Just chill.
It's just a great way. It's a great way to celebrate what a wedding is truly about.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Without all the distraction of creating aesthetic over purpose.
Right.
And I feel like that's what a lot of weddings are these days. It's keeping up with the Joneses, aesthetic over the true
how you look. Yeah.
Right. Over the true purpose of bringing two lives together as one.
Right.
And that's really what it's about.
That's what he's gonna do on a beach somewhere.
Done. If they're eloping, I'm still included.
I know.
I'm still going. So we'll be back with our August budget recap. If you found this video helpful, please like it and don't forget to subscribe.
August.
All right. I forgot that it's not a video.
I was like, wait.
Bye.